So the long anticipated top singles. Am I ready to see if my body has adapted to 440? Probably not. Well, it's just one of those things you got to see, you know what I'm saying? You got to feel out the warm up and shit like that. I like to go in sometimes with numbers, but more often than not, I find myself just going into shit, just feeling it out. You know what I mean? And having more so of a range. So the range for today is just anything that's over 420. We could go for 440. We could go for fucking 500. Sky's the limit, man. I also feel like this bench is really close. Like, it's usually not this close. Look at the leg room for this shit. But anyways, yeah, we've come in here with just the goal in mind that we want to do more than 420. And even if I don't go up to 440 to see if my body's adapted to it, we could just feel out 425. And, you know, based off of how it feels, I could say, like, yeah, I could definitely hit 440 or not. But yeah, my goal, I would say my ultimate goal for today is to just have 425 or whatever I do, whatever is over 420, have that feel better than last time I did singles. Because last time I did singles, I did it with 420 and it moved like shit, bro. It was a fucking struggle. And when we're trying to get to a place where we're making the body adapt to 440, you don't want 420 moving like that. So the goal was just to go up and weight more than I did last time, but have it move better than last time. So a feel-good PR off of last week and just a PR from last week, more weight. But I highly doubt that we go for 440. Then again, you never know. Also, I'm coming off of the hype. Let me just move this back. It's just a little bit too close to come from. But I'm coming off of the hype of watching the Alien movie. That shit was gas, bro. That shit was gas. I'm sure if you look at the movie hard enough, you can find its flaws. But that's with every movie. You know, it's really hard to pit out something that's just absolutely perfect. But for me, personally, it definitely was a fucking banger. A good addition to the Alien franchise. Like, holy shit, bro. The sound. I know that sounds like crazy to say, but just the sound of the movie was fucking so good. Like, the crisp sound effects of everything. You know, I thought the scenes where it really goes to show you that you can't hear shit in space. No one can hear you scream. Having those silent scenes, fire. The visuals, absolute fire, bro. The visuals were so fucking nice. And I love the shots that we got. Like, they had some scenes in there where you really get a good look at the xenomorphs and the fucking face huggers and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? All the details. It was just a banger. So I'm going to use that hype from watching the movie and put it into this lift. One. Sorry. I'll probably smooth it up one. But yeah, you know, you just got to remember that today. I would say, you know, as a given, always treat every single warm-up set like it's your top single. You know what I'm saying? Get in the habit during your warm-up of just lifting like you mean it. You know what I mean? You don't want to just like be going through emotions for your warm-ups and shit like that. Like, treat every warm-up. I just moved it down, dude. I'm a fucking dumbass. So now we got to go up 2. You're a fucking idiot. Nope. You're fucking stupid. You don't deserve this. You should go home. No, stay. Stay. It's okay. People make mistakes. I've come to the decision to stay despite my mistake. But anyways, the things we need to do to have a good lift today. Treat every warm-up like it's a top set. You should always be doing that. You don't want to just be doing your fucking warm-ups, going through it, treating it like just weight. Lift it like you're going to be lifting your shit. It's going to help you get warmed up, and it's going to help you put into practice the shit that you want to be doing for your top set. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to stay tight throughout your fucking top single on bench, keep doing that for every single warm-up, and then by the time you get to your top single or max or whatever, you're more likely to remember that and do it. And then also just leg drive, staying tight. You know what I mean? And that's how we have a good bench. I feel like we could already take off the pump cover. It's just like, I don't need the power right now because we're still, at the pussy shit. It's more of just like the hood, when I go to lay down, it's kind of like acting as a pillow. I like it to all be flat. I ain't really fucking with that. For aesthetic purposes, it's fire. But for benching purposes, not so much. All right, we go up. I don't know if I like the tucked in aesthetic or the not tucked in aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that moved pretty well. Trying to think what I should go up to from here. So this is 320. So what do we have to go up to for the 90? Because again, I like my last warm up that really helps me get ready for whatever single max I'm going for to be 90% of my max for one. So be going up to 396. So I guess we'll probably pin on 320. We'll do like 355 range and then get on that 396 to that up and then get into whatever we want to get into. You have consent to touch the bar just for the lift off. It is my lady, so if I am struggling with it and I can't get it, let me die underneath it. I don't want you touching her in my dying moments. You know what I mean? Sure. One. Alright, some slight shit, man. Some slight shit. It feels pretty good. I don't know if good enough yet to the point where I'm like, yeah, 425, let's fucking go, or heavier. But it's a warm-up, you know what I mean? You're not gonna just feel 100% after a couple warm-ups. So, and then usually after the 90 is when I feel like in my fucking prime, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and get the 396 on. And then, depending on how that feels, that's what we'll decide to go up to. If it feels good, then I might have to go for 430, you know, and fucking bitch that weight, because my 90 always feels heavy. It's 90% of your max. It's not supposed to feel light. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing that always stays the same is how good I feel and how warmed up I feel after those 90s. So if something feels slow and sloppy, it doesn't discourage me, because it is 90. It's going to be slow, sloppy, you know, maybe a little bit more upset because like we gotta lock it with that form. But if it just feels really slow, it happens. Usually by the time I get to my single or max, I feel good. But if it feels really good, that means that, you know, we can really push some heavy ass weight. We're having a good ass day. You know what I mean? Because the 90 is not supposed to feel fucking super smooth and quick. So yeah, we're gonna get that 396 on, and then we'll be chilling. I have high hopes for this, man. You know, we're gonna lay it all out. Got the champagne, the fucking fancy 5-star dinner. You know, we're treating Barbella. And we're hoping that in return, she moves nice and good for us, to give us that confidence to go, or give us that confidence for whatever weight we plan on doing after this. You know what I'm saying? And I just like when Barbella's nice to me. It makes me feel all good and bubbly inside. You know what I'm saying? It's like when your crush gives you that hug that you've been waiting for so long. I think my headphones are dead. No, they're not dead. Music's just not playing. Focus. Tight. All right. 3, 2, 1. It's pretty good. No, it's pretty good. Like, obviously it wasn't a speed rep, but I don't think it moved detrimentally. I don't think it moved very slow, super slow. I think it moved pretty good. With that, I'm pretty confident to go into the 420. You know, like I said, I feel a lot better after my last warm-ups and feel just a lot more warmed up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And life is on the line as well. That will give us enough motivation, because I do give consent to Ryan to touch Barbella in a way of lifting it up, but that's it. You know what I mean? When it comes to giving me the liftoffs, no sir, let us die together like a romantic couple should. So if we don't get it, then we're gone. I'm gonna go ahead and get that on. All right, we got on 425. We decided just to go up to that. I don't really feel like I'm in a good spot to just like fucking send it, see if the body is really adapted to 440, putting that shit on and doing it. I feel skeptical even about this fucking 425. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm just gonna get myself fucking pumped up, get the adrenaline pumping, you know, blood pumping, all that shit. Hope that, you know, we are all the way warmed up after doing the 90%, and hope that we can just stay tight and have it move faster than the 420 that we tried last singles. Come on. Oh, come on, come on.
Shit's easy.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's fucking ass, dude. Really annoying because, like I said, we're trying to get to a point where we could do 440 without the elbow wraps, and we couldn't even do 425. So it's a very shitty moment. And then also, I can't remember the last time I failed on a bench single. So no bueno. No bueno. That really does piss me off. I think I just maybe took too much time on the descent. You know, a little bit of a negatives type vibe, you know what I mean? Just kind of focusing too much on that descent instead of just like not dropping it per se, but just not going down quick enough and then just burning up too much energy. So by the time we get out to that final portion of the lockout, just not being able to finish it out. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do like a 405 back off to make myself feel better. I think that might be what we have to do. Well, I'm gonna leave this on and just reattempt this. So just for science, just to make myself feel better, because this will give me, because people say like, oh, these are supposed to add on, you know, this and that amount. This will actually give me a legit gauge, a legit estimate of how much the elbow sleeves help. And depending on how this goes, it will make me feel better. Because if I can just no diff the hell out of this with the elbow wraps, that tells me that these things definitely help a fuck ton. We're talking like fucking 15 to 20 pounds on top of your max. And that will make me feel better about, you know, not being able to get 425 today and not really being at a place yet where we can bench 440 without the elbow wraps. You know what I'm saying? But if I still fail and it looks like it only adds on like 5 pounds for me, I'm gonna be really fucking pissed off. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might just beat the shit out of the camera person. But that's only if it doesn't go my way, so there's still hope that we won't do that. Focus. Come on, focus. Focus. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right, well, that gives me a perfect gauge at how much these things add on, which would be a lot. I'd say, considering we failed the 425 attempt without them, thinking what I probably could have done today based off of energy and everything, maybe a solid 415 or 410. I don't know. I'd say based off of the fact, no, so I'd say this. Based off the fact that we went into 425, we did get it, you know, but it wasn't like we just instantly gave up. We struggled with that shit. So we all out at that shit, failed it, and we were able to go right back into this without taking that much rest and hit it, you know what I mean? I'd say mild difficulty. There was at no point in time where I was like, all right, I can't get this. I wouldn't really say I was like super struggling, you know what I mean? That tells me that it adds on a significant amount of weight. I'd say about 15 to 20 pounds, depending on how tight you tie them, of course. But I'd say if you have these bitches on, you're adding about 15 to 20 pounds onto your max. So that does make me feel better that the process to kind of get to a point where I can bench 440 without these is taking some time, because these help a shit ton. I would say the equivalent of me hitting the 440 with these on is probably the equivalent to me without them hitting 425. I'd say maybe around that. So I'm happy with that. And well, I wouldn't say happy. I'm never happy to fucking fail, but you know what I'm saying? It does make me feel better, I should say. Now the last thing to make myself feel better is just a quick little 405 back off, making sure I still got the 405 in me, no elbow wraps, and then I'll be I'll feel a lot better. Not the best because we still failed, but feel a lot better at least. All right, we're just gonna do this shit. No lift off, no games, no elbow wraps. Just a completely super raw 405 just to make myself feel better. Because we know we don't got the 425 without the wraps. Well, technically we do because my max is 430 without the wraps. But then again, I was using pound plates, not kgs. So we know that with the kgs, we don't have 425 yet without the wraps. But I just want to make sure I still at least got 405. Granted, we did just do 425 without straps or without wraps attempt, and then 425 with the elbow wraps, you know what I mean? And now we're going into 405, but that's even more reason to be excited that we still got it if we can hit this, because that tells us, oh, you really got 405, bro. Like if you were just going up to 405, you could pause the shit out of that, maybe even get a rep and a half or 2 reps. So come on, you're fucking nothing. Come on. That's on me for going for the second rep, but we almost got that second rep, and that would have been hella fucking huge. A 405 by 2. We were like 405 by 1 and almost lockout. So even though we didn't get that second rep, that makes me very, very fucking happy. And I think if you were to just go for a top single and go to 405, like right there, without doing the 425 shenanigans, we could have gotten 405 for 2. Well, 404 this is, but that's still pretty huge. Not only did we just do that no lift off slight, but we had enough gas to feel confident in going for a second rep. But not only that, almost locking that shit out. So we did fail the 425 without wraps, but I will take today. And yeah, we have next training block to just get more used to 440 range without the wraps, and also just continue to work on the little things. And now we know that when it comes to heavy weight, don't get in the habit of just making it into a negative because you're scared to just kind of go down a little bit quicker and shoot up.